let's begin another video in another gorgeous beach destination. Today we are in the state of Rio de Janeiro. We left Vitória and state of Espírito Santo, drove around 7 or 8 hours, and we found ourselves in this little piece of paradise. Where we are now is called Cabo Frio. It's a little beach town that is famous, hi Mariana, for its beaches, for its beauty, for the color of the water, the clarity of the water, as you can see. And when you come to this region, there are actually 3 places that you have to visit. I'm gonna try to put a map on the screen to show you guys. Cabo Frio is around 7 or 8 hours from Vitória, but if you are in Rio de Janeiro, the city of Rio de Janeiro, to come here by car it would take like 2 or 3 hours. And Cabo Frio is right in the middle. There is another destination we are extremely excited about and we will definitely visit. It's called Búzios. And also there is one more location called Arraial do Cabo. So when you come to this region, these are the 3 main places that you have to visit. Today we are starting our first video in Cabo Frio in this amazing neighborhood. Basically it's like a block that is called Passagem, or the Passage in English, I would say. Lovely hotels, restaurants, bars, pastry shop, and so much more that we will cover after. First order of business is to take one of these boats and go to a nearby island, which I'm not sure which one it is exactly, but it's called Ilha do Japonês, or the Japanese island. So let's head there. So the island is called Ilha do Japonês. Going there and coming back, it's 25 reais per person, and you take these like little boats that they call them taxi boat or boat taxi, and they will take you. Today it's very busy apparently when we are here, a lot of people. Okay, I kind of have the first seat, first class, right in the front of the the boat, and we're just waiting to head to the island. So we took the boat from this side to get to the island, but also there is a way from there in the distance. If the tide is very low, apparently from there you can walk and you get to the other side of the island. So you have that option too, but we wanted to take the boat. So after a very short boat ride of not even maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute and a half, you find yourself here. Wow, look at the color of the water and how just crystal clear it is. The tide is a bit high at this time that we are here. So we're gonna try to just walk a bit in the water so our feet are not hot. And just to go around and see. You can also go inside as you arrive. You can walk inside the island if you want to go inside also. We prefer to stay on the beach just to see the beach better. So we went around and we just ended up also here. There is this passageway that we wanted to just go see. The vegetation is very interesting. Mariana was just talking to me, and it's right. You have like cactus. You have this kind of tree that would normally grow in a colder weather. But it's a very interesting mix, no? It's all kinds.
You have everything. Well, the place is called Cabo Frio, which is like a Cape Cold. So I would guess the weather here mostly it's colder than the rest of the state. But then you have cactus, which is like for
Desert.
desert. Yes, like okay, like very interesting combination of everything.
Absolutely. And there are two different versions of the story why the island is called the Japanese island. The first one is that there were the Japanese fishermen that would stay in this area and they were hunting for whales, and then they would throw the waste, like when they would remove the meat and everything else, whatever was left they would throw it here. That's one version. The second version is that there was a Japanese fisherman that would live on the island and he would hunt for whales and clean them and leave the remaining here. So that is the second version, but either way the island is called the Japanese island. And right now the island is just used for tourism, like people take the boats like what we did and come here just to visit the island. We went through the path that we found and it looks like we have already crossed the island and ended up in the other side where there is actually a beach and a lot of people hanging out. Very nice. Because on the other side there is no beach when you arrive. Here I think there is more space. The water is just amazing. It's not that deep, so if you want to take a dip you can go, I think, easily up to where there is a rope. And on the other side you see also there's boats. There is like bigger fishing boats. Very nice.
It's nice production on the other side.
Oh yeah, that is a factory that they produce ice.
So here you can also rent the chairs and umbrellas like from the people, and then also I think they bring you like drinks and food if you want.
Yeah, there is everybody like around here walking with a menu, and even other vendors that are like walking around selling like cheese and some other snack. After a very quick visit to Ilha do Japonês, we're just walking our way back to go where we took the boat to go back, because we have a lot to cover today, so we just want to head back and visit the rest. The region where we are now, where you have the three cities that I mentioned, Cabo Frio, Búzios and Arraial do Cabo, it is referred to the Caribbean of Brazil. And when you look at the color of this water here, you would know why they call it that.
And I was reading that actually this region here, which is called like the lakes region, it is where they receive the most amount of tourists in the state of Rio. So, and we actually can see why.
Oh yeah, it's packed.
No?
And it's packed.
Packed,
There's a lot.
and it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
The color of the water, it's amazing.
The color is good. It's so clear. You can like snorkel and dive easily, and you see everything. Really nice. And in a typical global citizens fashion, when everybody else is getting on the boat, we came back just to escape the crowds.
The managers line up to take the boat. Like.
Yeah, we came early on purpose because we wanted to avoid actually the wait. Now we're back in the area of Passagem, and we're gonna just walk around and show you the rest of this area before we head to the other beach. So once you get back, you get off over there and you have all of this wonderful boardwalk to just walk by the beach. There is also this hotel here that is very famous. It's called Hotel Solar do Arco. A lot of people, they stay here when they come to Cabo Frio, and almost everybody takes a picture under this arch as well, because there is the flower in the background, there's the arch, and at the end it leads to a square, which we will definitely visit later. And from the other side, you're facing the water. It's a very, very nice shot, and a lot of people take it and enjoy it. We wanted to walk here as well because there are a lot of restaurants. One in particular is very, very interesting, and at night we came once just to see the area, and at night it even looks nicer. It's this restaurant, Arcos do Canal, and as you can see on top, the glass part over there, it's all an aquarium. Completely. And then at night they have lights also inside and around the restaurant. It's a very, very cute setting. Cabo Frio also has an international airport, so if you want to come by plane also, you have that option. It is also the 7th oldest city in Brazil. It was first occupied, not occupied, but like the Portuguese came here first in 1616. And they stayed here. So if you just walk by the road that goes by the water, you will end up on this beach, which is called Praia do Forte. Why? Because there is a fortress over there, which is where we are going next.
Which is like this beach too, Praia do Forte, or Fortress Beach. It's the main beach in Cabo Frio. Like it's 7.5 kilometers.
Yes,
extension,
yeah. It extends 7.5 kilometers to the end. When I think when we go to the fort, it's better to show it to you. And it is basically the same beach, but at some point, because even the scenery changes, there are dunes. It becomes Praia das Dunas. Then after that, it becomes Praia do Foguete. So goes the whole way around. It's like a big, big semicircle, but basically it is all Praia do Forte, which is at the end, or maybe in the beginning, is where the fortress is located.
And the sand here is extremely fine, like really, really fine, and it is cold. It never gets hot because apparently there is a mineral that is missing, which is called mica.
Yeah, there is a mineral, they call it mica. This is according to Wikipedia. Mica, when it's missing from the sand, then it causes the sand not to get hot under the sun. This I had no idea, and we think maybe that's why they call it Cabo Frio, which is cold Cape, because the sand doesn't get that hot. In case you had any doubts, we are in Rio. That's proof that we are indeed in the state of Rio de Janeiro. The fort is called São Mateus Fort and is where we are going now. And you can find yourself also on top of this hill before you get to the fortress, which is through the bridge over there, and from here you can see the whole region, and you can understand why the fortress is built over there. It's extremely windy. I hope the quality of the sound is good. And I just got wet, which is good. The water is cold. So once you get up here, you see there are still cannons left here. And now it's a good time to talk about the history of Cabo Frio. The first time that a colony of Portuguese came to Cabo Frio was in 1616. And later they also built this fortress, which we are visiting, and they finished it in 1620.
They built here, of course, to protect the land from like French, Dutch sailors that they were also in this region looking for pau-brasil, mostly at that time, in the 1600s. Pau-brasil, if you look at what it was extremely used in Europe at that time for dyeing the fabrics of the clothes of the people, and it gives a red color. And then they were all coming here to traffic this, but then the Portuguese, they built here to protect the land and stop the trafficking. And if you have seen any other video from us, you're gonna see that this is the recurring history all over Brazil. Portuguese protecting the land against Dutch and French. No?
Yeah, and besides pau-brasil, there was also other commodities like gold and other raw material that they needed for their economy. So they really wanted to make sure that for their national interest, they cover this territory under their own protection, and they don't let anybody come and take it from them, even though it belonged to the natives originally. But they came here, they put this fortress here, they built, and they claimed the control of this territory.
Yeah, it belongs to the native, or maybe even people, because apparently there is a lot of findings here, archaeological findings of from 6,000 years ago. People were already living here. So it's even older than Egypt that we have. history from 4,500 years, so like it's really old. And everything that you see in this fortress, the canals, everything is original from that time, around like 400 years old.
So another point about the strategic location of this fort, you see, you can have a wide view of the whole area, the whole region. From that side if somebody is coming, from this bay if anybody is coming. So it is really well placed in terms of the strategy or like the military strategic point of view. We are now in the area where we started the video, called Passagem, and we wanted to show you this square that is basically like the focal point of this neighborhood. And today I believe there is some activities happening with the kids. We will talk about that as well. But basically all around this square is hotels, bed and breakfast, restaurants, bars. It's a very relaxing, very charming environment, especially at night when you come. All of these tables that the restaurants have outside, they are packed. First thing to mention is this little cute church, which is here by the side of the square. From the little side streets you can get to the water, where you can take the boats. And what is happening here is, I believe, a school for children for Capoeira. And there is this statue also here of two people performing Capoeira. What is Capoeira? Capoeira was some sort of a dance that originally the slaves were dancing with this kind of movement, and they called it a dance because they didn't want their masters to find out that they are actually practicing and getting ready and training for a fight. So basically they were training and getting ready for fights, but they would do it with music and some sort of movement that would look like a dance, so their masters could not find out that they are actually training. After lunch, you gotta do some cardio, especially if you want to have some dessert. So we came here, which is supposed to be a viewpoint or mirante. So it was a bit complicated to get here, but then after, when we completely ignored Google Maps, we found a way to park down there and go up.
Which is something that we have to start doing from now on.
Yeah, it seems to be the trend. Google Maps keeps on like taking us some weird places. Like you follow the instructions and you end up in the middle of nowhere. So
very sketchy neighborhoods.
Yeah. But anyway, we are here. We are here. Let's be positive and my God, let's do some cardio. Okay. Hopefully the view is good and it's worth it. Otherwise, going up all of this way, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, almost there. I'm gonna be very disappointed if I find out at the end that we could just come up by the car. Let's hope that's not the case. And look at this, oh my god, beautiful Brazilian flag. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with Brazilian flag. It's beautiful, it's happy, it's, I don't know, it always puts a smile on my face. I love the Brazilian flag. And we're here. No, it seems like no cars are allowed. So let's head here first, and then there is this pathway to go even a bit higher. Let's see what's at the end of this deck. From here you can see the other side of the city that you don't really see if you only go to the beaches, and that's why we wanted to come here. It's very nice just to have an idea, get a better and different perspective. And that side, we're going to talk about it a bit later in this video. And this is the rest of the city. Heading to the top, there is what seems to be like a little chapel and a place to see the other side that you could not see from the other deck, which starts from this part. This is the part that we are going to cover in our next video, and we will talk about that in the next video, but we just wanted to show you also this viewpoint. So this place is called Lagoa de Araruama. Basically, this is a lake that at the end the water reaches the ocean. So that is going to be for our next video. We're going to end this video on top of Cabo Frio. There is so much else to do. We will definitely do at least 2 or 3 more videos in this region to cover the other cities as well. We are definitely planning to go visit Búzios and Arraial do Cabo, so stay tuned for those videos as well. And don't forget to give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.